Welcome to our 5 on 5. We're pleased to be joined today by Curry County Sheriff John Ward. Sheriff, it's great to see you. Thanks so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
So you've been very busy the last month and a half. I know the Callaware Life flight was something you were personally affected by, and the flight there in Brookings that crashed on July 4th, the Ryan Merker and John and Max Belknap. What is the status right now of that investigation, the plane in the Pacific?
Well, the status is that we've recovered all three bodies. It took us a little over a month to do so based on the weather and the problems we're having trying to get out on the ocean. But the plane is still underwater, but that's not my issue anymore. My main goal and my responsibility was to recover the loved ones and bring some closure to the families. Certainly,
certainly. So you had an interesting story you were telling me about the ring. I believe John Belknap's ring, bringing that back to his wife. Can you share that with our viewers?
Yeah, we knew that Cheryl was going to be leaving. Cheryl Belknap was going to be leaving out of the area for a while, and when we recovered John Belknap, he had his ring on, so I was able to grab that ring, have my detective drive it over to Josephine County, deliver it to Sheriff Dave Daniels, who, by the way, has been with the search several days over there with us. And he had called Cheryl, and apparently she was at the airport at the time, only had 40 minutes to board her plane. He told her, "I'll be right there." So anyway, he drove from Grants Pass to Medford just before she got on the plane and handed her John's ring.
Wow. Yeah, just by a couple minutes too.
Yeah, just by a few
barely
minutes.
Made that. Well, good for you and your department, and good for Sheriff Daniel and everything that his group has done. So, can you tell me about what this has meant for your department as far as resources go? Because like Josephine, Douglas, Curry County is a timber county, and you guys have been very much affected, your department, by budget cuts. And you guys have been working this for, as you say, several weeks trying to do this. How has that affected the rest of your staff and what you can do?
Well, Curry County is very financially strapped. As you say, we don't have any of the ONC funds coming in anymore, and the only way they were able to budget for us was to use road funds to keep our patrol and dispatch going. But we don't have the resources to handle something like this on our own, so we have to rely on other counties, and it's just like, of course, our California, Oregon Regional Search and Rescue. It's everybody grouped together. When somebody needs help, everybody sends resources. Well, this is a little bit different. We needed divers and boats and boat operators and dive tenders and things like that. So I reached out to other counties and was able to get divers from Josephine County, Jackson County, Smith River, California diver, and also from Clackamas and Multnomah County divers. Wow. Throughout the whole process. So without those resources, we would not be able to do what we have done so far.
Yeah, and I believe some people came from Idaho with some sonar equipment. I mean, you guys had, hotels?
Exactly.
The entire community of Brookings seemed to be involved in this.
Yeah, we had resources also from Douglas County with a side scan sonar boat as well, and Coos County sent a boat down to help out as a support boat, and the Gene and Sandy Ralston from Idaho was a huge help for us. They were able to spend a little over 10 days here, in the meantime of the weather being bad, but help locate the plane where we were searching.
And you guys got it done.
We got her done.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. Not much more in a moment. Stay with us. Welcome back to our 5 on 5. Again, we're here with Curry County Sheriff John Ward. So what's next right now with the plane in the Pacific, the Belknap Merker plane? Is the NTSB now going to get involved? Are they going to pull this thing out of the water?
Well, we tried to get a hold of the NTSB right from the start, and they told us that once we found the plane, they would, get involved. We found the plane, and so I said, whatever happens with the plane from this point on is their ball of wax. So I know they have contacted the insurance company for the owners of the plane to work on doing the salvage of it. And that's as far as I know about what's where the status is of that.
So no timeline set at all at this
There's
point?
no timeline that I've heard.
Okay, all right. So, and we talked before about how many people, the different agencies, from all over, really, most of the West, helping you guys in the recovery of John and Max Belknap and Ryan Merker. I know you want to say thank you to a lot of people in the community for their help.
And I don't want to try to miss anybody, and I apologize if I do, but I have to thank the Beachfront Best Western owners, the Snazik family, who provided the cost to cover the transportation costs for the Ralstons to come from Idaho and back home. South Coast Lumber, who sent two master electricians out to the Ralston's boat when we had electrical problems, when we were able to get back and search because they had some mechanical and electrical problems. They fixed all that, didn't cost anything. Driftwood RV down in Harbor that provided the space for the Ralston's motorhome for the almost 2 weeks that we're here, cost-free. Also, Les Schwab from Brookings for giving us some tires to use, rims for used for anchors outside with the buoys. Brookings Harbor gave us some crab ropes and buoys to use as markers out there as well. And the list goes on. There's people that came and donated food and things like that for the divers and things. So
really, the entire community,
stepped up.
Yeah, it's a tragedy, but wonderful to see people come together. I do want to ask you about the Cal-Or Lifeline. I know you were affected by this, the crash that happened in Humboldt County. Michelle Tarwater, a Brookings resident. Yeah,
she was a paramedic on the plane. We worked closely with her, when we had, anytime we answered a call or something and the ambulance was there, we worked with Michelle, so we knew her quite well.
Certainly our thoughts and prayers go out to her as well as everyone involved in both accidents. So great to see you. Thank you so much for coming over from Brookings. Great to meet you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Stay with us. We'll be right back.